JKB back with another episode. Today on the show I'm doing something that's super nostalgia for me. Thank you so much to Activision for sending over the review copy of Transformers Devastation. This was like finding that old magazine that I had with Gillian Anderson from 1995 where she was voted the sexiest woman ever, basically, and yeah, I had some good times with that magazine, and tell you what, I had some good times with Devastation, and just like that time with the magazine, it was really short, and so is Transformers Devastation. But in saying that, I'd like to thank so many people for watching and also asking me questions on Twitter and Facebook as I have a stroke. Let's just go into this because this is a nostalgia piece of history, and they have nailed certain aspects of it, but not everything, but a lot of it, but not everything, but a lot of it. So Andrew, he asks, does the story carry over from G1, or is it its own thing? And I'm having a fucking stroke. Let's just do this before I croak. I rhyme sometimes. When Megatron discovers a way to harness the power of plasma energy to cyberform the planet Earth, destroying organic life and turning the planet into metal, Optimus Prime and the Autobots must work together to bring down the plasma-powered Decepticons. This is your classic G1 cartoon with elements of the expanded universe on top of it. It felt like I was watching and I was playing the G1 cartoon, but it was a little bit more advanced. It wasn't just about Energon cubes and, you know, the battle over Earth. It was a little bit more than that, but I can't say that it was a story that blew my mind. It was the typical G1 story with added bonuses of the expanded universe and characters popping up that weren't in the original G1 cartoon, but characters you wanted to see in this game were there. So somebody at Platinum Games sat back and went, we need to make a fighting game that's based on Bayonetta's fighting system and combo system, but make it Transformers and make it like the cartoon. And I'll say this, it's still gonna sit, I'm gonna bring it to 9 out of 10 because of the story is so simple, and the problem here is it's so short. So 9 out of 10. Let's carry on. Transformers Devastation is an action game in the similar vein to other Platinum Games titles, such as Bayonetta. Players control one of 5 Autobots. As the Autobots, you can play as Optimus Prime, Bumblebee, Sideswipe, Wheeljack, and last but not least, Grimlock, as they battle against the Decepticon forces in a few large environments. Gameplay includes fast-paced combos as well as the ability to switch to vehicle and robot mode on the fly. We have a decent story here, but the gameplay is at the heart of this experience. You want to play this game because you want to go back in time to those nostalgia moments where you had your cereal in the breakfast and you're watching G1 Transformers and you're watching the simple battle take place between Optimus and, you know, a bunch of scouts. And it was just, back in the day for me, it was like, this guy's a fucking truck that transforms into a giant being who beats the shit out of other cars. Like, Transformers to me was just something just crazy. Yes, it was designed to sell toys, of course, but it was also something more. It taught me about heroes. It taught me about believing in people. It taught me about evil and what that stood for and what it meant, and not necessarily everything was not black and white. And in this game, the story is there, but it's the combat. It's being able to transform from his truck form right into his, like, it's mind-blowing how fun it is to finally do this in the game and have it work. Guys, I'm being honest here. The level system for the combat is not no means as high as something like, you know, God of War 3 or even Bayonetta 1 or 2, but it is there and it is working. It's not as deep as I would hope, but I'm not going to knock points off it because it's a star of the game. The combat in this game is over the top, pure fun, and it feels like Transformers.
My dear friend Derek asks, is the combat system deep enough?
On a technical side of things, you do have the bullet time that was made famous in Bayonetta that comes over to this. So you hit the R1 button just before an attack is about to be laid upon your metal skull. Do they have skulls? I guess they don't, but the point here is you can evade that attack, and it actually slows everything down and allows you to perform different combos and also get a strategy of the situation, because this game is heavily based on an arena type fighting situation. Yes, you are on a giant map that's sort of like New York, but the point of it here is to have fun with the combat system and enjoy the story as it's delivered to you after these little, I wouldn't say they're major, some of the battles are major by the end of the levels, but the beginning of the game, it is a lot of just simple combat, but somehow it works in this game. And the combo systems are so fun to pull off, and once you get into the game, trust me, you want to go to the highest difficulty of the combat, and I seriously challenge you guys to be able to beat this full game, even though it is, and you're not going to like this, it took me 4 hours to beat it on easy. Now on hard mode, it's going to go up for sure, because it does take a lot more damage to take an enemy down, but in saying that, it's still sitting at a 9 out of 10, and the combat is a star of this game. Platinum Games knows what they're doing. So I'm telling you, face to camera here, face to face, this combat is the best combat we've ever had in a Transformers game, even if they just ripped it off from Bayonetta. It is awesome, it works, the combo systems work, you chain them together perfectly, it works so well. Mwah. Thank you.
Michael asks, are the Transformers gimmicky, like some sort of fight animation? Or do they have some sort of major role in gameplay?
That's a good question, because in the past games, the transformation between your vehicle mode and your robot mode wasn't always that good, and there was no point to it. In this game, they chain the robot mode and the vehicle mode together in combat, so this means that all of a sudden you need to be at the other side of a level, you go into your vehicle mode and fly over there. But as you're in that mode, you can hit a light attack or a strong attack to bust out of that mode. And the feeling of it, it goes into slow motion and you get this just awesome metal, like, the music, by the way, just this feeling of boom, you hit this scout car and he goes flying, and then you go into your back from robot form into your car form and you just fucking ram into them, and that gets you into the battle. And then all of a sudden this metal music starts playing and you go, this is goddamn Transformers. This is what it was supposed to be long ago when we started playing Transformers games. Thank you so much, Platinum Games, even though it's a little short. It's a lot short, and I'll get into that at the end of the review.
My friend Roberto, he asks, is the game worth $50 launch price? Or should we wait until it drops until $20? It doesn't look like it has the value of Bayonetta 2.
This is the hardest part of the review. We're sitting at a 9 out of 10, and I'm reviewing what I got on the disc, and I'm going to go over everything as I go through this, but I have to be honest here. Is it worth the price that you have to pay? And I don't know if it is, because of the fact it took me 4 hours, and then also there's a mission objective level pack that comes with it. So 50 separate little mini battles that you can do, where it's like, take these people out in this amount of time, race from this side of the map to that side of the map in this amount of time, and you have to do it on, easy, medium, and hard. As you're going through those, you're like, I'm having fun here, and it's the combat. I can't say that I'm going to knock points off of the game because it's short and it's kind of expensive. I can't say that it's not worth it, because for me, as a Transformers fan, somebody who grew up with G1, and that was your main source of Transformers, and then you kind of got into the expanded universe as you got older, to see Prime in his G1 form and to be able to transform into these vehicles on the fly, and Grimlock, the feelings between each Transformer that you play as, like, Prime does not feel like Grimlock, and Grimlock does not feel like Prime in any way whatsoever. You feel like a giant T-Rex dinosaur when you're using Grimlock. He's more of a brawler in up-close battle. He's so strong. Moves like a tank. He feels different. So in saying that, you will play this game over and over and over, and I'm telling you, you'll beat the story at least 5 times before you even get close to unlocking all of the amazing, cool guns that are in the game. And that's something I'll get into at the end. Like, a lot of people want to know, this is a platinum game. Does it have a leveling up system for your guns and your weapons and your tools and your abilities? And I'll get into that at the end.
My friend Ross asks, does it do justice to its true fans?
That's a good question, Ross. Let's be honest here. Is it the fucking game we wanted as a Transformers fan? And I have to say, it's sitting at a 9 out of 10. Yes, it is the Transformers game we've wanted, but I have to stress this because I can't stress it enough that you do not purchase this game if you're expecting a story mode that lasts more than 5 hours tops. If you're playing on easy mode, tops. That's somebody who doesn't even know what they're doing in a hack and slash combat, combo system game. You need to understand that if you're going to go purchase this. But if you are like the type of person that has every Transformers cartoon, G1 through generation 1 and 2 and some of the expanding universe, and you want to finally play a solid Transformers game, this is it, and I'll tell you why right now. It's going to stay at an 8.5 out of 10 because I feel that the 0.5 is going to come off because I can't say that I am that bothered that it's so high priced, but I have to say this because I like being honest with you guys, and I like being honest to Activision, who I know watches my reviews. This game is an 8.5. I would give it higher if this was a full game, and it isn't a full game. It is a full condensed story. It feels like an episode of G1, but I don't want to go on a rant here on why that doesn't work as a video game, and it should be cheaper and possibly around $40 instead of what it is at. I think it's $64.99 in Canada or $59, but the point here is you get a solid experience, you get a lot of replay, but that's not saying that there isn't a lot of repetitiveness in this game. So let me just go over what's good in the game, and I'm going to get out of here because I think you guys, if you're Transformers fans, need to buy this game and enjoy it. What's good about the game? You have all of the Transformers you want to know and love and you want to play as. They're in the game. You can transfer all of your weapons. That's something I didn't even get into too much in this, but you've got your fist combat, you've got gun combat, you've got sword combat, you've got Optimus's axe. All of these things are in the game, and they're interchangeable, and you can sort of infuse them like you do in Destiny, where you can take one item and another item, just like in every other Platinum game, and put them together to create a new statted item, an item that's much more powerful. And yes, it costs some money, it costs some of the money that's in the game, but it's super important that you level up your weapons as well, because as you get to the hard modes, it is a hard game. I'm going to say that again, it is a hard goddamn game. So there's a few other little things I didn't really get into here, like you can install chips on the different Transformers and it'll give them boosts. That's cool. The music, I have to say, is like, it's taking me back to 1980. Like, there's some music in here. Guys, like, listen. I'm going to close the review right now and say, listen to this music. Know the combat's there. Know a decent story is there. But 8.5 out of 10. And like I said, the only reason it's not more is because I just wish the combat system was just a touch more, a little bit more depth into the combat system. And this is crazy, but there's only 7 chapters. And it's like you get to the 7th chapter and you go, where's the other 7 for this price? So again, 8.5. Thank you so much for watching the review. Let's close it out with the song that happens at the end of the game. And I'm not going to play the whole thing, but listen to this. And I'll be back soon. I'm getting a game that is so massive this year, so early, that I had to basically sign my life away. And I'm going to be allowed to upload some of the footage to my channel before everybody. So this is crazy. And well, there's going to be other people out there that have this. But guys, get excited. This game is huge. And let me just say, it's a game that the number 5 is in it, and I'm excited. So thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I hope you appreciated this review. It would mean the world to me if you guys liked it and shared it, because I want the channel to grow. And I'm joking, I'm dying, and I'm doing my best. And I know in my last review, the crying was annoying, so that's why I'm doing it, just to annoy that one person, or 10, or 100 people that it annoyed. Oh God, I'm still broken up. I'm going.
Rage.